You don't want to learn how to give up. I know you want to learn how to be successful, how to be healthy, how to earn money, how to be popular, all those good things. But the key factor here is, my thesis is, you have to give up to get what you want. Well, it seems to be counterintuitive, right? Why Google story never give up? Google gave me 280 million results just to persuade me you should never give up. Because, yeah, they said, look at these amazing people. They didn't give up after this loss, these failures, and this maybe depression. And they finally get to be successful. And they're shining. They look beautiful. Look, J.K. Rowling didn't give up after being rejected 12 times by all these publishers, and she finally got her book published and she became a successful writer. Thomas Edison didn't give up after 9,000 times of failure on testing on his light bulb, and he actually started a new era. And even my friend's uncle didn't give up when he was diagnosed with cancer. Well, the doctor said he can only live for 3 more months, but he tried, he didn't give up, and he lived for more than 5 years. These are the stories we like to hear. These are attractive stories, and we want to be them. But the reality is not like that. The reality is we give up all the time and all day long. 7 a.m. in the morning, I have to give up on my breakfast because my alarm somehow didn't sound, and I don't want to be late for work. I don't want to be fired. 3 p.m. I have to give up on my unfinished work. I want to hang out with my friends, even though I don't like them. I don't want to be weird. I don't want to lose this kind of friendships. 9 p.m. I'm so sad I have to give up my best friend's birthday party because I'm hospitalized for my stomach problem. I know this is familiar to me, and it should be familiar to all of you. We give up all the time and all day long. It seems to be frustrating because we are not like those successful figures, and we seem like a failure. Is that really true? One problem of this is we always see things in one dimension, and stories are always told in that dimension. Let me interpret those 3 stories in another way, and you will see my point. J.K. Rowling gave up on her financial stability, a full-time job to finish her work and her fantastic book. Thomas Edison, we don't know how much personal time and entertainment he have gave up just to do those 9,000 times of thought experiments. And even my friend's uncle, he gave up on those 3 months of peaceful life and choose to suffer from those terrible therapies just to bet for a future. Carry on is married with give up. You cannot carry on without giving up because our life is so limited and there are infinite possibilities and infinite wants. Churchill is right. You should never, never, never give up, but it's only partially right. Because it is impossible if you just don't give up on anything. But the truth is, all the time we judge ourselves, the society judge ourselves. If every time we give up, we are forced to give up, and then we're suffering. We're torturing ourselves, and it's heartbreaking because we're actually wonderful people and we deserve a wonderful life. This is why we should actually learn how to give up. And this is why I'm going to tell you this little trick I did. Actually, it works for me, and it comes from my personal experience. It's really simple. It is really simple. And I bet all of you have experienced this, and maybe you just forgot it. There's an ancient quote from China, which is 赤子之心. The direct translation of it is, think like a child. Can you imagine how you view the world when you were 3-year-old? Everything is novel, and you don't know anything, and you're wearing your Superman t-shirt, and you have your terribly braided hair created by daddy, something like that. All right. So you find this fascinating toy and you really want it, and mom seems to be indifferent about that. So you are begging, oh mom, please, it's my life. I need to get it. Well, she's not moved. So you started to rolling on the ground and try to get some attention. All right, she seems to be angry about me. No, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So after several tries, you finally got a result. She agreed to buy you the toy if you promise to behave yourself for the next 7 days, because you're going to go into your grandma's house. Can you get a feel of it? Think like a child. You are so simple. Your mind is not distracted by all other things around you, how others will affect you, their opinion. Are they going to judge me? Are they going to think I'm silly? No, you don't think about it. We just lose that ability. But we can choose to get it again. We can choose to think like a child. Think like a child. You go directly towards your goal. You don't care about how bad outcomes would affect you, how things might go wrong. And even if one try didn't work out, you try again and again and again. This is where the carry-on works. Think like a child. You have your goal, which is not like the goal in the adult world. Your goal is different. It's not power, it's not money, it's not fame. It's something that really interests you, something that is deeply planted in your heart, your passion, your purpose, and something that really makes you a human and makes you alive. That is the goal we actually should stay on. And everything else is something we can choose to give up. I have a recent personal story about this, how this actually works on me. When I started to prepare for this TED Talk, I got extremely anxious. Because this is the first time I've ever used my second language to deliver a speech like this. And I was afraid. Are you guys gonna understand me? Is this idea actually can impress you or not? Oh, even it seems to be fascinating to me. But I don't know. So I couldn't start to work for about 2 weeks. I was just thinking about this every time I start. I cannot get out. And there comes one moment I told myself, I have to start, because if I don't, I'm gonna fail anyway. The most amazing part of this is the moment I actually gave up on thinking. It's the moment that I can really start to think. It's the moment that I really give up thinking on everything else, the relevant things. It's the moment I can really think and I can really focus on what really matters. It may take some efforts, it may take some practice, but after this talk, it's planted, well, I can say planted in your subconsciousness, and it will pop up sometime. Think about it. It helps you to find what you really should stick on. So, my final takeaway message is, don't be afraid to give up. There are two kinds of give up. One that helps you when you really focus, when you're really seeing some irrelevant things, and one, no. Two kinds of give up. One really helps you, one really doesn't. Don't judge yourself. If you choose to give up, let it go. And be kind. Now let's give up on this little talk and do something really matters.